confirm that you're live when you're using such brilliant software as Restream.io. So I'm going to just double check that. All right, we seem to be good there. Let's check this out. Oh, seem to be good there. Hey, don't cutscene me, fucking asshole. In many ways, Warcraft 2 was the predecessor to all them exciting interactive cutscene games, as the main menu itself just randomly throws cutscenes at you. Isn't that exciting?
Yep.
Alright, well, welcome back to Warcraft 2, guys. We're
I never actually noticed that as a kid, I have to say. I don't know why. I guess I never was in the menus for too long.
Yeah, probably. I wish you could turn that off, but it's a pretty minor complaint in the grand scheme of things. So, to assist me in waking up, I have contacted a dark wizard who has concocted a special potion.
The Dark Wind howls.
Ah! Wait, what the fuck? That was psychotic. I didn't even mouse click. I just moved my mouse and it faded out. Alright, good game. So, speaking of good game, we're going to be playing the Orc campaign. Check this out.
The Horde is preparing to launch an assault against the mainland of Lordaeron.
You know what this immediately reminds me of? Holy
of the
fuck.
Orcish hordes and ruler of the Blackrock clan.
This voice acting
has
reminds me of,
ordered
like,
you to establish
Rond
a
or
small
something.
outpost on Lordaeron's southern shores. To secure the Zul'Dare region as Doomhammer
Can you feel his skin?
you will need to construct barracks and several farms to feed your troops. Your success may help us determine the extent of the pathetic human defenses and what resistance they can offer against our forces.
It's not exactly Rond, but it's not. No, it isn't Rond. It's one of the other characters in those Celestial stories that spoke, and it sounds exactly like Bill Roper's stupid orc. All right, check out my 3 orcs.
Zunzug, Loktar, Dabu, Zunzug,
Man.
to work.
Fuck that archer. Bye, idiot. Dude, check out how much of an expert I am at this game. Fuck you. They probably have one more guy somewhere, I would expect. Wait, did I win the whole map?
Yes.
There's 4 enemy units in the entire map.
This is a tutorial level just to get you started with the...
Yeah, I know, but come on, man.
It's similar to the early missions.
Yeah,
Like the first two,
they
I
seem
think.
like they mirrored not only the races, but the campaign missions as well.
Yeah, only the first few are the same, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
They could have had a separate tutorial campaign, like Red Alert 2, for example.
Yeah,
But they didn't.
I was thinking about that for when I make my own RTS, and I probably will have like one of the, basically what I'll define as like a race that's easier to immediately learn, as that'll probably be the, like Terrans are pretty easy to understand in StarCraft, for example, so that would probably end up being my go-to, and I would just have them play like a short campaign that sort of introduces you to the universe, but also helps classify like what kind of challenges you're going to be facing, and basically serves to introduce even players who have never played an RTS. And by that I mean it would not introduce them very nicely, because I figure if you haven't played an RTS before, what the fuck are you doing in my game? But we'll see what happens. Yeah, you like that micro?
It's funny considering the later RTS games, and by later I mean like Warcraft 2, Red Alert 2, StarCraft 1, are way more accessible than the early ones.
Yeah. Well, boys, we won our first orc mission, and it only took us like 3 minutes.
Much faster than fucking Half-Life.
There we go. A little bit more in line now. Yeah, conceal the uncontrollable thrill. Why does he say that? That is mentally ill. Slave, by the way.
Our spies report that a band of human soldiers have captured a war party led by Troll Commander Zul Jin and have taken them to a secret prison near the township of Hillsbrad. Seeing an opportunity to place these captives in debt to the Horde, Doomhammer sends you to ransom Zuljin and his trolls and return them to their own encampment nearby. The war chief believes that this raid upon the unsuspecting prison will strike terror into the hearts of those who would dare resist the Horde.
What a strange game. Can I also complete this in 1 minute?
Yeah.
You like how I moved to the top left and they did nothing? Now this is a mission I thought I knew, but clearly I do not.
No, the maps are not the same, but the idea is identical to the second.
No, yeah, I know that. I just mean, I thought I had like an idea of this particular map's layout. Oh, they broke. Hi. Now what am I doing?
Just bring the... Oh, I guess the encampment is not...
Yeah, I have to find a different encampment. Bye.
Roads made of ice.
Hell yeah. I don't even know how these people are walking. Oh. This must be it. So there's not even an AI in there?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I would hate to actually play this mission. Look how fucking far away the gold mine is. Excellent farm placement, too.
They're not moving, the trolls.
Fucking Christ! God! I see he has a different icon.
Yeah.
Hi. Can you cut down the trees for us?
Okay, alright.
It's funny how they literally just copied this music for Warcraft 2. I mean, Warcraft 3, they did nothing else. Thanks. Great mission. I was gonna say, an easy way to establish some sort of through line would have been that you build a barracks and 4 farms and invade the area, and there's like maybe a small human settlement that doesn't really threaten you too much. That would be like the same way to tutorialize it. And then in the next mission, you have a barracks and 4 farms. Or it's like the next settlement that like that first settlement allowed you to get, and you're like just setting it up or something. But in this case, they just throw that all away and when they go into the second map, you know, like anything that you did in the first map. It's just it would have been an easy way to make it work a little bit better. And I saw Alexander ask me, what races am I planning to have? That's a question that I could talk about for a very long time, so I'll refrain from getting too far into it. But I came up with the idea for having basically like a whole bunch of races, like 8, 9, 10, some crazy amount. And then the rotation of races in multiplayer would be like there's 4 races that are competitively viable at a time, or 3, or whatever number I can manage. And then every year or every season, I rotate one of them out and a new one in to replace them. And then I work on the one that I rotated out to bring them up to snuff as well. That's just my idea, though. As for what the campaigns would involve, there would be like a crazy number of them, and not all of them would be available in multiplayer just because some of them would probably be unbalanced. But a lot, in short.
In preparation for a final strike
Hey, keyboard
on
man.
Hillsbrad, the War Chief directs you to begin construction of facilities for the Orcish Armada near the South Shore
Try to listen
region.
to, what's his
Sul'jin and
face?
his
Bill
trolls,
Roper. He's telling me
eager
all
to
this
take
important
revenge upon
information.
the humans who
Are you
imprisoned
typing
them,
it out for
have
him?
agreed to aid the Horde
That should be,
by
you should do
supplying
that. You should
axe-throwers
do
and destroyers
dictation.
to
I'm
assist
typing the
in
Western name
defending
because I
your
cannot
South
see it in
Shore
this particular
operation.
concept art.
A shipyard
Oh,
must be
yes.
constructed in order to build our
I think
wave
that's
riders,
one of these
and you will
smudge
need
things.
much of the black liquid
They
known as
tore
oil
it up.
to build your
As it
fleet.
should be.
Our assaults on Hillsbrad cannot begin until your task is completed.
I think they censored it, actually. Makes sense.
As they should.
Yeah. Alright, we gotta build a shipyard and 4 oil platforms, guys. Oh, I have another Mansum. Oh, the best voice acting in the entire game, by the way, guys. Here it is. Ahoy! I would love to have an actual voice actor. Why am I the captain? If I'm the captain, what the fuck are you doing, idiot? Fuck you! I think that guy was supposed to be aggroed by my ship, but I didn't aggro him. Remember, the equivalent human mission was really funny because I just neglected to kill some
Units in your own island, I think?
Yeah, it was just some. It was like this, basically. He just has no reaction to getting smacked in the head. I think this is the first mission that we fight actual AI in. But I didn't. Wasn't there actual work AI in the human rescue mission, or no?
No.
No.
The first 3 maps do not have any AI. Only after the 3rd one.
Oh, so this one doesn't have AI either.
Yeah.
I thought they did.
The first missions do not.
That's
They
very
act as
strange.
tutorials, but they're mostly just filler, I guess.
Oh yeah, the lumberman. Well, I've spotted 3 of the 4 objectives.
They can be useful if you're a new player and you really don't have any idea what you're doing, but obviously they're not very well done.
Yeah, I think
Because
they
as
don't
you
even
said,
really
they don't really-
prepare you for what's to come,
Yeah.
though, is the thing. Like, they give you an understanding of the mechanics, I guess, which is obviously invaluable.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
And I guess it's better to do it this way at least than just flashing a million messages on screen.
Oh, yeah. It's way better than, like, the Warcraft 3 tutorial, which is actually,
Yeah.
fittingly enough, it's all micro. Mostly micro, but...
I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to.
I swear they had a base of their own, see?
Ahoy!
Yeah, but it's just...
Yeah, they don't actually attack.
I would love to.
Hi, guys.
I would love to.
I'm bringing a guard with me.
I would love to.
Oh, he lost interest.
I would love to.
I really wish you didn't like just sit there doing nothing when you tell them to build something. Well, since I know I'm not expecting any enemies, I guess I can be a little bit greedier with my build. Oh, we're being attacked.
Yes, Captain. Ready to work.
It was one of my.
I guess one of the woodcutters. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just mine over here then. Yeah. No big deal.
Done building ship. Ready to work.
I definitely need more lumber.
I would love to. I would love to. Ready to work.
Oh yeah, Alexander, I answered your question, but I guess you were gone
Ready to work.
during that point. I keep losing a lot of very expensive peons.
Ready to work.
I just basically explained that I'm probably going to have like double-digit number of units or of races in my RTS, but I'm going to handle the what? It doesn't even look like this is a direct hit on my part. Very, very curious. Oh, almost. No, don't die. You have your whole life ahead of you, you stupid suicidal maniac. But yeah, I'm probably going to have a crazy number of them, and then just buffer that with a good number of balancing, and like every competitive season I just take one of the races out and put one in, so there's like a rotation of 3 or 4 competitive races. I have definitely thought about a lot of concepts, but nothing concrete, nothing to the same degree of detail as like the Hydra new games do.
You're the captain.
I should probably write some of those ideas down, otherwise I'll definitely end up forgetting them.
I would love to. I would love to.
I have the magic number. You cannot defeat me. I am the magic number. I am Metzen.
Time to censor you.
It's long past time to do that, let's be honest.
The icons in this game are way better than Warcraft 3. Like, they're a lot more clean, a lot more easy to read.
Yeah. Bye. Alright, we're done with our tutorial. I hope. Yeah. Oh no, my boat has been sunk by arrows.
The police is coming to join the map.
Oh no, a new faction
The
arrives.
third faction, yeah.
So are trolls pretty much the same degree of useless as everything else?
The trolls are basically exactly the same as the archers.
Work complete.
They get a few different abilities. I think they can... They get regenerations instead of whatever the elves get, but that's it.
Well, that means on the last mission, if it's the same,
Is well
I might be
supplied
a
with the
bit more
precious black
effective.
substance that your tankers have amassed.
Precious
Doomhammer
black
feels it is time
substance.
to make
Get
a
outta here, dude.
gruesome example of Hillsbrad.
Hey, man.
With the aid of new
up,
foundry
Bill?
sites that allow you to construct
Did you know I have
more advanced ships,
precious black
you may build
substance?
transports to deliver your forces across the channel to the cowering human settlement. All who oppose the Horde must be taught a harsh lesson. Leave no one alive.
Artist Yosef, he's in the thumbnail of the YouTube video. As always. Hi. Why do I have one fucking worker? Why does that always happen? Oh, this is bigger mainland than I expected. Let's see if there's any Mongols hiding. Maybe this is the mission I was thinking.
Ready to work.
I guess not, because there were no men on my island. Did I have to destroy the orcs in the human version of the mission?
Yes, Captain. I would love
I'm pretty sure you did.
I would love to. Ready to work. Yes, Captain. I would love to. I would love to. Captain. I would love the captain. I would love the captain. I would love the
Get my credit, idiot.
I would love to. I would love to.
There's a nice looking base. Oh, there's an enemy. Alright, one less food. Don't worry about.
Ready to work.
Somebody really needs to shoot whoever did the voice acting for this. Hey, who did the voice acting for the pig farm?
Real Boper.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
your tunnel is actually fairly close to the mine for once. It's not as close as it should be, I think, but...
Yeah, it's not quite. Not quite all the way there.
no.
What would you expect? Upgrade throwing axes!
Ready to work.
How about I upgrade... Oh, I've got to wall this bottom section off, because of this farm, sometimes the
Ready to work.
workers are coming out in a very, very poor position.
Ready to work. Ready to work.
Just get more lumber right now. At least the lumber mill actually works like a lumber mill in this game, unlike in Warcraft 1.
Yeah.
You got that going for you. There's my sheep yard. Put a refinery right there. Doing some city planning, boys.
Ready to work.
Thought I would have access to more stuff, but I guess not. I probably need a barracks.
Ready to work. Work complete. Ready to work.
I think I should be good with workers for a little bit.
Start building ship. I would love to.
It's still weird to me that you need a refinery to, or a foundry, to build some of this stuff.
Work complete.
In order to get like a transport ship, I think that would not be a requirement.
Ready to work. Work complete.
It's probably pretty rare you can queue up like multiple buildings like this if you're actually spending your money properly. Because money.
Wait, do you need
Huh?
do you need the control tower to build a dropship? I don't remember right now.
Yeah, you do. But it's a direct add-on to
True.
the structure. Oh yeah. So I still have not been attacked, which is very strange.
Work complete. Start building ship. Work complete. Yes, I would love to.
600 gold for a grunt, by the way.
Building ship. Kabu, your command, master. Yes, Captain. You're the captain. I would love to be the captain. Work complete. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
You're welcome.
Work complete.
The benefits of having the game muted.
Building ship.
Yeah, I'm glad you at least knew what was going on there.
Yes, you're the captain.
Yep.
Command, master. Kabu. Yes, Captain. Work complete.
Wait, can I even build a blacksmith? Is it in advance? I actually can't still. Very strange. Oh, hello.
Workers don't get quite as messed up in this game compared to the previous title.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they get messed up at all. Which is nice.
Sometimes they do when it comes to lumber, especially, I think. But yeah, it's not nearly as infuriating.
Yeah, gold seems to be free of that burden.
It's nice to see actually improvements. Like if you, let's say you never played Warcraft 3 in your life, these two games were your first entry into the franchise.
Yeah.
And then you play Warcraft 3 and you're like, okay, this is such a downgrade on every angle.
Yeah.
And that's really depressing when that happens. And that's how it was for me.
Spinning man. Oh, hi. How's it going? Bye. Alright, back home where you go. Gonna need some more men. Oh, he's dead. He has fallen.
Your command, Master. I would love Your command, Master.
I still can't believe I can't upgrade anything besides trolls.
Your command, Master. I matey. Done building ship.
And they're not very useful even when they are upgraded. I still didn't kill their shipyard though. I should probably look for that.
Master. Ahoy! We're being attacked. You're the captain. Ahoy!
Oh fuck! What the fuck? Why did that happen? Dude, what the hell's going on? I guess I did an illegal move, guys.
Yeah, it's funny, Alexander, because in the previous title they were the only way to win in the early maps. And in this game they're useless. But they can be used, they're just not as effective as knights. Look at this. Absolutely destroy the archers while taking damage.
Yep.
Not even a contest.
Pretty ridiculous, to be honest. But I'll take it.
You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! Your command, Master.
There's probably some more shit in the bottom left or whatever.
Yeah, well, they have another oil platform somewhere.
You're the captain. Your command, Master. You're the captain. Ahoy! I would love to. Yes, captain.
Looks like I've cleared that out of.
Well, the way Age of Empires did it is that they made range units deal different damage to different units. So it's a little different than just Warcraft 1's annihilating everyone.
Yeah. Bye. These guys are terrible at city planning. Put a farm where their town hall should have been.
Arg, you're the captain. Yes, Captain, you're the captain. Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. Captain. Ahoy! I would love to.
I guess they have something else somewhere.
Yes, Captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! Sunzug, you're the captain. Ahoy! Sunzug, Swobu, Dabu. Dabu. Yes, Captain. I would love to.
Might be time to break up the map pack just to get rid of this shit.
Sure.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
What was it?
I don't know. I just got victory. Whatever the last unit was, I killed it without looking. It's probably when I ordered that one grunt up to the top, like to the right of the base.
Yeah, I guess. Nonetheless, the map is ready to go.
Cool.
The police have come to take it away.
Yeah, it's a real active neighborhood today. I don't know what's going on. People are calling on the boys in blue. Also, Alexander talked about balance updates. Yeah, I would. That's the point of the seasonal rotation, is that unless something is really bad, like an exploit is found or something, in which case there needs to be a hotfix, I would never actually balance stuff for the competitive multiplayer. There'd be like a... I don't know if I would change it in casual, or there would be its own playlist of matchmaking where you could queue with the most up-to-date changes, like a beta environment or something. But I would do that, and then when the season was over, whatever race was like the most competitively viable would replace whatever the race I felt needed the most work. And I would only do one at a time, because otherwise it's too much of a shift in the competitive multiplayer. But one of the things that I like about that approach is that it forces players to be... I mean, it is kind of a... I understand why some people won't like this, but it makes players need to understand the game on a deeper level, because they need to be able to master multiple races in case the race that they main is a race that gets replaced after a season. So like people who are in an imaginary world where there was a pro circuit for this sort of thing, professionals would need to be like really good at multiple races, or at the very least competitive with other players at multiple races. And I'd probably change the map pool twice a year and the multiplayer ladder once a year, but that really just depends. The point is, I've seen so many games where they don't take an approach like this. They just keep changing shit willy-nilly, and that's terrible. But I've also seen games that don't have the idea of depth. They like Brood War, as good as it is probably the best multiplayer game ever made in terms of like skill testing gameplay, but also balance. And it will always be the same, and that's fine. But I think you could get mileage out of changes. Like there's a reason, a positive way to make balance changes and really shake things up. And I think as long as you have an overarching like foundation of the idea that what you want is to increase the depth required for your RTS in order to be a top player. If that's the reason why you're doing it, and you're doing it in an intelligent manner, I think it can be done properly. But that's like a thought experiment. Obviously, I don't have the ability to do that myself, so not yet anyway. Probably would start development maybe 2021 at the earliest, since 2020 is already blocked out. Oh, check this out. It's Warcraft 3 recycled music. Bye. Also, hi,
The
Jankovic.
township of Hillsbrad has been decimated, and throughout the human kingdoms, the rumors of impending doom spread like wildfire. Warchief Doomhammer is pleased with your success and has deemed you worthy of a more difficult task. Troubles have arisen in the dwarven lands of Cosmodan. A task force of Stromguard warriors have laid siege to Dunmodra, a vital staging area for Horde troops. You ought to retake Dunmodra and then bring your forces to bear against Stromguard's nearby island citadel of Tol Barad.
So as I understand, this game is actually, like, this is the non-canon version, the Orc campaign?
Yes, although a few elements were still made canon, like the Gul'dan mission. It's a disaster, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, the reason why I'm talking about that in this case is because I think this mission is one of those missions that only exists, okay, so like, hold on, let me back up. So, what we have here is a mission where the powers that be in the world are only capable of doing what's required for this mission in the first place. Like, the humans are only capable of setting this up. Hold on, I gotta kill this peasant. And then, like, the humans were only able to do any of this because of stuff that happened in the human campaign. So in the Orc campaign, which I am aware is not 100% canon, the humans still do all the same stuff? Like, the humans are only able to do this in the first place because they had some victories earlier in their campaign, which obviously don't happen in this version. So, what I'm getting at is, what the fuck is happening exactly? Like, why are the humans able to pull something like this off when the only reason they could pull it off to begin with was victories that only happen in the human chronology, but not in the Orc one? Like, I understand this isn't canon, but at least have your fucking setting make sense as a story that could be told, you know? And besides, I don't know if that they've... Did they confirm that this wasn't supposed to be canon before they even started playing? I mean, like, before they started making Warcraft 3? Oh, wait, that's mine.
No idea. I think they all established that in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Best Warcraft game ever made.
3. I don't even really know what I'm doing, so just keep
Warcraft 3. I'll tell you what you need to do. There is an enemy base located on the bottom left of the map.
I kind of figured it would be the bottom left just based on my my starting location. In this case, I was just more so looking for some direction for the gameplay, though. Like, I guess I'll just be attacked by them eventually, and that'll be enough. Is this the mission that originally, or the human version, was that I was saving a city or something? There's like a rescuable AI?
Yeah, I think so.
I can kind of understand what you mean by that, Jankovic, because, like, for me, it's like, if this story isn't canon, what the fuck is the point of you telling it, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't quite get...
I guess it's like a choose-your-own-story adventure book or whatever. But,
yeah, but then they just invalidate that choice later anyways. So.
Like, in Red Alert 2, for example, only the Allied campaign is canon, but the Soviet campaign, none of it is canon. Whereas in this game, they actually made some missions of this. We can, but not others, so it's very inconsistent. Very badly made.
Yeah. Apparently I'm not quick enough on the click here. I can't believe they gave me no fucking lumber, though. It really destroys me. Okay, bye. There'd be no lumber and no fucking farms to start out with, and a billion supply. And they have random ships guarding random stuff. I don't think this mission will be particularly challenging. It's just going to take a little bit to do anything.
Yeah, you need a couple more farms.
There, I've scouted out everything in this map.
Work complete.
As for Warcraft 2 clones, since that was mentioned in the chat, there's a couple. One that I remember is Tsar, which is very similar to Warcraft 2, although it's a lot more in-depth. Like the perspective is the same, the way the interface works is the same, but otherwise it's a lot more complex. It has 3 races, a lot more units and upgrades. We may run that at some point, I guess, but it's definitely got its share of issues as well. Definitely way better than any of the modern attempts at making a game like this, which are just unfinished buggy messes.
Yeah, 3D was just a giant mistake, pretty much.
We're being attacked.
Oh, bye. See you later, map pack.
Yes, you're the captain. You're the captain. Work complete. Loktar. Loktar.
Why are my guys no longer mining something? What the fuck?
Ready to work.
Did I not right-click them both on it? Very confusing. I definitely need to get a barracks out pretty soon so that I can train some grunts. I only have 2 left. I need the magic number. It's crazy how much more efficient my gold intake is when I have a fucking control of my base layout.
Ready to work. Destroying our city.
Bye.
Ready to work.
I still can't upgrade stuff? I might need a blacksmith. Is that set in his land or something, Jankovic?
It's made by a Bulgarian developer.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm gonna need a lot more tree chopping.
Work complete. Work complete.
But soon I will have it.
Ready to work.
I'm not even really sure where they are laying siege to me on, like
your command master.
where their attacks are coming from. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. Pig farm, by the way. Let's do it right here.
Work complete.
Perfect. And I got my gold multiplier.
Ready to work.
Too bad I can't get a food multiplier. What is the food cap in this? Is there one? Like, how many supply depots you can build?
I don't know, I'm gonna guess either 60 or 80 or 100.
Oh, okay.
Work complete. Work complete. Work complete. Done building ship. I'm ready to. You're the captain. Work complete. Done building ship. I'm the captain.
You build
We're
ship.
being attacked.
Ah! Bye. Wow, that was very strange timing.
You're the captain. I would love to. Work complete. Work complete.
God damn it. Still have to chop more trees, SMH.
Ready to work.
Goblin Alchemist. Probably don't need that.
It gives you the Zeppelin.
Yeah, probably don't need that. Where's my lumber, man? I have so many peasants mining lumber. Yeah, that's done. Alright. I wonder why lumber is such a huge pain in the ass sometimes.
I would love to.
Anyways, we're just about done getting our infrastructure set up.
Ship. Yes, Captain. You're the captain.
We should be good to get some upgrades now.
Work complete.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna need another shipyard or two. I also noticed that we have, like, AI tend to prioritize units even if they're non-combatants over towers.
Work complete.
It's a little strange.
Work complete.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need more farms.
Done building ship. Ahoy. You're the captain. Work complete.
Ooh, I can get even more upgraded throwing axes. That means they can do 3 to 9 damage. Wait, what do they do now? Oh, 3 to 9 plus 1. Wow. Pretty next level. I noticed that the team color changes in the icons, which is pretty neat.
Yeah. I really like that. I don't think they did that in Warcraft 3.
No. Listen, the portrait colors weren't even correct sometimes in Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which units are affected? I don't even remember.
In the campaign, Varamathras is sometimes blue instead of red.
Pretty sure, like, the captain, the human captain, and a bunch of other units like that are also affected, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember. It's probably something that's more common than I'm thinking. But at any rate, it's definitely psychotic. Alright, time to go shut them down. It's weird that they only sometimes escort their ships. Like that time they had a destroyer with them. I should ground them for the time being. Come in here.
Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! Done building ship. Arg! Ahoy!
Alright, I'm gonna need some more barracks. With no rally, it's a little difficult to like guarantee that your ships do what they're supposed to do, or your units do what they're supposed to do. Look, we're Warcraft 3 AI. Get fucking destroyed. See ya. They seem very confused. I'm not sure what's going on with them. It's like if you were constantly ordering your units to run back instead of forward. Very strange behavior. Alright. Soon I will have my revenge. What is even the Orc Knight? Is it a Death Knight?
It's the ogre.
Oh, right.
I can only imagine how amazing the voice acting for that will be.
I'm sure.
You're the captain. Yes, captain. You're the captain. Ahoy, matey. You're the captain.
Once again, my problem with naval combat rears its head. Where all my investment is now useless now that the battle is taken to land. Disappointing, but not unforeseen.
You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Meanwhile, I should go clean up the ships that are just sitting there doing nothing. It's very telling that the AI never expands in this.
Yes, captain. I would love to.
Do they expand in Warcraft 3? I'm pretty sure they don't.
No, there's only a couple of scripted sequences. The AI is even more patchwork than this AI.
You're the captain.
Impressive. They do expand in StarCraft 1, the official campaigns.
No. They never do.
I would love
Really?
You're the captain.
Not a single mission expands in Brood War. They just have everything pre-placed for them. There's one exception, which is the same mission that people will probably think of. Well, they actually copied the same mission twice in Warcraft 3. The Grom Hellscream mission and the... what's the other one? The Kael'thas mission, the second Kael'thas mission, where you lose your starting bases. And the AI takes them over. But that's all scripted stuff. They have, like, hidden invisible acolytes. Oh, hello.
Wait, which one is that in StarCraft?
It's Fury of the Swarm, I think it's called. It's the mission after True Colors where you kill Duke and Phoenix. But that's not an expansion script. They basically just get their script called after a certain point. So, like, they have units that A-move, and then they run an AI script, and it gives them a build order. It's the closest thing that you'll ever get. It's a lot more organic than what they do in Warcraft 3, where they have invisible acolytes just sitting inside that base, waiting for the shit to clear, and then giving orders or something through triggers. Like, it's so fucking patchwork. It's like Babby's first workaround, instead of actually writing an AI.
Yeah. That's impressive. I actually was under the impression that at least in Brood War the AIs expanded.
Doomhammer has
No.
sent word that the Ogre Mage Cho'Gall,
You're thinking of Hydra.
Twilight's Hammer clan, is personally inspecting the refinery at Grimbatal. Cho'Gall and his convoy will be traveling through the Badlands of Cosmodan, and an ambush by Stromgarde
Oh,
warriors
I know this mission. This is going to be a dumb micro one, isn't
The
it?
war chief expects you to
Yeah.
safeguard Cho'Gall and his minions through this region. Should he die, your life will be forfeit as well.
Check out my micro. Oh, this is a little bit different than I thought. Fuck these pigs. At least it's not a naval one. Alright, I've scouted that out.
Alright, you the boss. Chukami, you the boss. Okay, Yes. Yes, master.
Alright, gotta get these hotkeys in my head. Okay, bye. Thanks for playing. I guess they didn't expect people to just use catapults, or is this supposed to be happening?
Keep going south from here and then go right once you reach the shoreline. And that's where final landing group.
This is the mission I was thinking of. I think. Well, easy as fuck, as expected.
Shogal reports that the Cosmodan refineries are well maintained and fulfilling their quotas. The Horde will now have more than enough oil to mount a fierce campaign in the lands far to the north. Only the troublesome human defenders of Stromgarde remain to be dealt with before
There's a lot of
sending
background
the
noise coming
Horde
from you,
on
by the
its
way.
next sojourn.
Oh, sorry.
The human fleet has captured a group of our transports.
I
just
wanted to
south
talk
of
with all my fucking
Stromgarde.
cops, but
Recapture these vessels and then lay waste to their capital.
ideally, whenever I move, I'll be able to soundproof my room a little bit. So, we've been streaming for under an hour, and we're already on mission 7. And speaking of mission 7, this is mission 7. A fucking mission where we sit here and find a base location. Again. Hi.
You need to use transports.
Yeah. I wonder which mission this is.
Well, fortunately here you get them right away.
Oh yeah?
Just use your ships.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Captain, I would love to. Ahoy, the Captain.
Do I have to
That's
read?
probably good as you cleared out a lot of supply.
Ahoy.
So the island you want is
Ahoy, Captain.
immediately in front of your ships, the one that you already see.
Ahoy, the Captain. Yes, Captain. Ahoy.
Suppose that cheers me up a little bit if I can just immediately play the game instead of doing this stupid gimmick.
Yeah, there's just a tower and a footman, I
I
think.
would love to.
That's
Ahoy.
low.
Ahoy. You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy. Ahoy. I would love to.
See ya.
I don't know why they built walls around the ore mine.
I don't know, but I'm gonna tear some of these down. Make sure I have that amount of space. Alright. That's while we're waiting, we'll secure the island real quick with our 2 HP men. Take a look around.
I mean, you're the captain. You're the captain. You're the
I
captain.
think I saw some oil here, yeah.
Janjevik, you were saying you were inspired by the previous mission? To do what
Yeah, I
exactly?
don't know how any
I
mission,
would love to.
how anybody could inspire or be
That
inspired.
mission
by
is a
that.
fucking piece of garbage.
Well, there's
I don't
just
know
no
how-
content. There's nothing. Oh.
Like, how can you be inspired by a mission where the enemy units just stand still and do nothing?
Different strokes for different folks.
Stroke is right in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one I'm talking about. That's a really bad mission.
There's nothing going on. It's just like, at this point, that's basically like Life of a Marine stuff.
Yeah.
Although Life of a Marine
Except
tried a little
overall,
bit harder. If you can believe
it was even worse as a result.
Yeah. Oh, spin. You know, I've learned over the years, if I don't comment on one of these stupid idiot spinning groups, somebody will. Somebody will find a specific spot where there's a unit spinning, and if I don't mention it, somebody else is going to timestamp it, comment it, be like, hi. Did you see this, LOL?
Your so-called special unit is exactly the same as a regular Rogue Magi. He doesn't have any unique abilities, he barely even has any higher stats. So he's not unique in any way, except that you arbitrarily lose the mission if you lose that single unit. And the circle power literally does nothing to the game, so... I don't know why that would be a cool thing.
LOL. Alright, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, it was a gimmick, exactly, so it was a piece of shit.
Glad we can agree on that. Wait, how much gold? How much lumber is a tree? Is a farm.
It's 100.
250.
We're being attacked!
Oh, a farm.
Yeah, I know, I said it wrong. It's not your fault. Get fucking microed, idiot! This is my oil now, boron! Bye! I can almost, I'll suicide one of these transports, I guess. I can almost build some fucking more units. Can you believe I'm still supply block this whole time? Fine. After having 5,000 gold, I can finally build more oil. That was scary, guys.
That spinning vulture still remains the best spinning unit anyway.
Yeah, and we gotta look inside his brain when I decided to voice act his reality.
I've never seen such a spinning disaster before.
That happens all the time. Especially when you have an insane number of pre-placed junk units everywhere. Alright. It's okay, guys. Soon we're gonna have actual content to play, I promise. I promise you. I'll
be right back.
Rest. Until Dynamo returns. Then I'll rest.
Work complete.
Alright, well, this is quickly grown boring. Holy fuck! Holy shit! As soon as Dynamo leaves, everything goes to shit. What? Oh no! Wait, why do they do that? Are these people fucking lunatic? Don't answer that question. I already know the answer. Bye. What the fuck?
Yes, Captain. You're the captain.
Not even an oil patch. Fuck.
You're the captain.
I guess I was supposed to clear out some starting oil.
Done building ship.
Alright. Farms.
Ahoy.
Okay, we'll just stand here and wait. Oh shit, I need way more oil. Well, I better hope this works. You guys have faith in me?
Work complete. Done building ship. Ready to work. Work complete. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to.
Alright.
Ready to work.
Berserker training? Why didn't you say so? Hey! I like how he gets shot by a fucking ship and then he runs closer to the ship. Good bit. Excellent work. A very respectable design decision. Alright, you go here. And I guess... I wanted to build my refinery somewhere so that I would get the extra gold, but
I
I have the luxury of doing that just yet. I guess I can just go kill this ship now, assuming it's only one, but it's probably more than one. And maybe I want to wait for my ship upgrades, in case they've got upgrades. And by that point, we'll have a second ship in place.
I would love to.
Hey, stop shooting my men. Do you know how oil work? I mean, trees work in this specifically? Like, if I have a ship that, or I keep saying ships because they're on screen right now, but if I have a worker mining a tree, like, how does that work exactly if the tree gets cut down?
Only one of them gets the resources.
I can't even click on this guy! Well, I hope I win. See you, nerd. It was definitely calculated. Don't worry. We'll cut them down eventually. Alright, I've managed to actually do stuff. I think I may have fucked them up early just by killing one of their oil platforms, and they have not attacked me since. That was just at the beginning of the game while I was scouting. So I don't really know what happened there. But
done building ship. Hi, matey. I would love to. Work complete. Done building ship.
there you go. Figured it out. Terrain seems very strange in this game.
Work complete. You're the captain. You're the captain. Work complete.
Ding ding.
Work complete. Done building ship. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Oh, that's not oil. Fucking hell. I got baited by Fog of War.
I would love to.
Thought of War.
You're the captain.
Trying to name my next faction.
I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain.
Is it even efficient to scout? I was gonna say, is it even efficient to scout with these oil tankers? They seem to have no vision at all. Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, the boss. Okay, alright. We're the boss. Done building ship. The boss. Okay, the boss.
Oh.
We're being attacked.
Bye.
Arg, you're the captain. We're being attacked. Yes, Captain. I would love to. I may be the captain.
Hi.
Yes, Captain.
Hi, matey.
Ahoy. Are the captain. Ahoy. You're the captain. Yes, captain. You're building ship. We're being attacked. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. Ahoy! You're the captain.
What the fuck? Hello, boats.
You're the captain.
How are you? Oh, get destroyed. Oh, fucking get destroyed. Oh, okay. Just me being in your presence blew that fucking thing up. Oh well. More boats, please. Oh no, I have no number.
Done building ship.
Cancel.
Done building ship. Ready to work, matey. Yes, Captain. I would love to.
Alright. Alright. Look at my gold, dude. You see how much gold I have? It's not enough. I need more. Oh, this man was dumbfounded.
We're being attacked.
What?
Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
Bye.
Ahoy! 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 Ahoy!
Ahoy.
Ahoy! Ahoy!
Yeah, that's just refined. Where's their...
I would love to. I would love to. I would love to.
Where's their shipyard? Why do they have such a huge base?
I would love to. Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! 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 I would love to. Ahoy! I would love to.
Take this now.
This is supposed to be the capital, so
Oh.
that means that in order to have a capital, you need more replaced junk.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Which is funny because in real life, having a capital typically means that it's a logistic nightmare to defend. So sometimes actually moving out of the capital is a way better option for a defending army than just sitting there with 5 billion towers. Not always, but it's, you know. Since obviously the only gameplay foundation for having the capital with this fucking huge base filled with a billion replaced stuff in every RTS that we played.
Yeah.
Obviously the justification for that is that it's their main headquarters or whatever. And that's meant to be, you know, a realistic element. Like, it's meant to be like that because it's believable, it's realistic. But that's not usually how it works. So it's not actually realistic, it's just, you know, not serving the gameplay or even the story.
Yeah, just being done. Wow, the ogre mount sound. Holy shit. Two-headed ogre. There's their oil. Wow. What excellent voice acting.
You're the captain. Arg. Arg. Ahoy. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy. You're the captain.
Yeah, there's a difference between a city and a castle, like a fortress that's supposed to be a very hard to siege place. But in fact, usually what happens when it comes to a fortress is that you starve it out.
Yeah.
You cut off the sea roads so they cannot get any shipping to it. You cut off the nearby towns so they don't send food to it, and then eventually they surrender.
Yeah,
and that could be made into a, you know, an RTS map where you have this. Let's just say it will still be a bit of a gimmick, but let's just say that instead of doing this, you had, you know, the big strong arm capital. This red faction, I think it's Stromgard or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had this capital and you had a series of other AIs supplying food to it. And once you destroy those, they get weaker because they don't have any supplies in their capital because they've long since mined those out, obviously.
Yeah.
If they have been inhabiting that for a long time. And that would mean that you actually get to destroy the other AIs so we can remain one. And that would be a way more interesting gameplay concept of
Like you said, it would still be a gimmick, but it would be a gimmick that's founded in actual reality.
You're the
Yeah.
captain, I matey.
Like,
I will not
would be something. Hi. Where'd you like ogres?
What the fuck?
Hi. How's it going?
Oh, they're not even upgraded.
Hi. Oh, it's not barracks. Wait, do they have another barracks? They must. They must have 3 barracks.
They only have 2, but maybe they rebuilt it.
No, there's no way they would have rebuilt it that fast.
You're the captain. Ahoy, you're the captain. You're the captain.
But yeah, they're for a capital city. They sure are completely unupgraded and completely in shambles. Did I lose my transports, or did I send them back home? I don't see them anywhere. Oh, they're still being chased
I
around.
would love to.
Fuck. I was kind of hoping that would be a working attack, because I don't really feel like expanding, but I guess I have to.
They're destroying our city. You're Sunset building ship. You're the captain. Ahoy. Done building ship. Ahoy. I would love to. You're the captain. You're Sunset. I will love to. You're the captain. Ahoy. I will the captain.
Alright, another round of ogres. This
Ahoy.
one will have to really cut the cheese here.
Yes, master.
What's up, my name is Lowell. So far it's pretty dumb, as expected. A lot of pre-placed junk, as expected. But mechanics are better than the previous two.
And the sequel.
Yeah.
Why do they fucking have towers guarding these mines? Why not just mine them out?
Yes, master. Okay.
And yeah, of course, Alexander, I would have map editor support. One of the ideas is that it's going to be a lot easier for me to implement whatever I want if I'm able to design stuff in a modular fashion.
Ideally, what you want is to make an editor that you use yourself to make the game,
Yeah.
and then you allow others to do the same way you did. Obviously, if they can make something better, like SEM Draft, for example, that's totally fine. But
Yeah, but ideally they'd be able to use my whatever tools I'm using as like a baseline or whatever.
yeah,
So. I actually don't know how they're still functioning.
Done building
Like, I cut through so much pre-placed junk. Yet it, obviously it did not matter. Did not result in anything.
You're the captain.
But they don't seem to be attacking at all.
Arg. Work complete. You're the captain. Ahoy. You're the captain.
Let's try this once again.
You're the
Yeah, like the main reason the Doom and Duke Nukem 3D were so successful is because they had very good map editors available. It's pretty much the and some people who actually made custom maps for it ended up getting a job at its software.
Yeah. Look at all these junk units that they rebuilt. They didn't even rebuild their barracks, but they rebuilt all the units. Alright, well, I think I got him now.
You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
The Mongoloid boat.
You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to.
Weird that they have these transports, but do nothing with them.
I would love to.
So I guess they're actually using a club or something? But it looks like they're using a whip. Oh no, that's not a club. What are they doing? They're attacking with magic, I guess. Magical
Yeah, they
fist.
basically have a magic fist.
What? What the fuck?
Better than the club in Warcraft 3, if you ask me.
Yeah, sure. It just seems like such an odd choice for a unit like this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a gold mine over here.
It's also never explained why the ogres joined the Horde in this game, as far as I can see.
Yeah, they just are part of the Horde.
Like, the trolls make an introduction, like you rescue their leader and they pledge their support for you in exchange, but the ogres just kind of appear. And it's not that big of a deal, but considering they were enemies in the first game,
Yeah.
I think that there will be more of an explanation.
For sure.
Yes, Captain.
Alright.
I matey. I matey.
Oh, okay. That looked retarded.
You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. Yes, Captain. You're the captain. We're being attacked. You're the captain.
Random cannon tower.
Arg. Ahoy.
And I think besides that oil platform that they have over there,
Yes, Captain.
should be good to go. Apparently there's a destroyer chasing my man.
Destroy the captain. You're the captain.
They're destroying our city, by the way.
Done building captain. You're the captain. Done building ship. You're the captain. You're the captain. Yes, Captain. You're the captain. Dabu. Zug. I matey. You're the captain.
Oh, hello.
You're the captain. You're the captain. I matey. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. We're being attacked.
What a very bizarre
You're the captain.
way to have your game
You're
end.
the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to.
I still have two ships hiding
I
somewhere.
would love to. You're the captain.
Oh,
We're being
okay.
attacked. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to.
Well, that took quite a long time. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Your
okay.
forces have been assigned to an area along the southern border of the Elven Kingdom of Quel'Thalas. Gul'dan, hoping to sow the seeds of chaos among the human and elven allies, has located a mysterious elven artifact near the keep of Cardero. This huge, monolithic runestone is guarded by a human castle on the small island located in the middle
Voidstone.
of Daromir Lake. You must destroy the forces that guard this relic and gain control of the runestone for
How is
use
this going
by
to
the
sow
Horde.
chaos among them? What? Okay, game.
Loktar, Zugzugtar.
Look at all this junk.
Zug.
Well,
Yes, Captain. You're the captain. Work complete.
let's figure out what we're doing here.
Zug.
I once again have to build a billion
Ready to work.
farms. This mission seems like it's a smaller map actually than the other one. Maybe it's the same size.
It's the same. Your starting island is somewhat smaller, but you get a. You can basically expand the game.
Yeah, from the start it looks like. I might have to clear some trees. So tired of not being able to actually build shit though. Like, basically have to do a quick time event in order to build your units. This should be fairly easy to access as well. I wish this game looked better though. Like, they really, the perspective that they chose for Brood War is so much better for like getting a feel for the units. Whereas this definitely looks very cartoonish and also kind of buggy, honestly. Like with the shadows and stuff. So they showed submerged turtles. But
Ready to work.
wait, do I even have?
What?
They showed submerged turtles in the cutscene, but we don't seem to have access to anything like that.
I think you need a goblin laboratory for that.
It's weird that they would show them in a tutorial, or in a cutscene rather, and not actually explain anything about them in-game, or like comment on the fact that you have them now, or anything like that. Seems a little strange.
Work complete. Zug.
Let's get some lumber, we'll get some oil going.
Ready to work.
I'll be able to...
I think the game looks fine, personally. I just think the terrain is not detailed enough. That's really my main complaint.
Well,
There's nothing with
the building
terrain.
shadows look really terrible, so that's like a big issue for me. Just looking at them yields some pretty serious issues.
Aye, matey. Zug. Arg. Ahoy.
Especially on water. What's up, Andrew Beznosov? Welcome. Hope you're doing well, dude. If you're even in the stream. That's when people subscribe on YouTube, so sometimes people do that from videos and they're not actually watching the stream. So maybe he'll make his presence known at some point. I have any more farms. Before I even bother with farms, I'm just gonna get my upgrade.
Yeah, hopefully it's not another fucking Necron clone. A new one joined just earlier.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
I'll reach out to them. I didn't talk about this on the YouTube channel yet, but I am planning on starting gatekeeping the server pretty soon, so
Zug.
I'm not sure what you guys think of that idea generally, but if you have any complaints about that idea in general, be a good time to make your complaints known. Be right about now. I'll make a video on it later, probably, just to talk about it a bit more. Beznosov. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing sometimes when it comes to pronouncing names. I can't promise I'll do it right, but hope you're having a good time, man.
Work complete.
Oh, is that guy asking that stuff?
That just seems like a very easy to make question to shrug off suspicion, especially since in the top channel we talked about his modus operandi, so it makes sense that if we change it up a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go super paranoia about it though. I think it's probably.
I mean, I don't think it should be banned. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure it's Necron.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I like that. Do I even really need that? Probably not. I'm just gonna steamroll them with ogres again.
I just don't get why he does. Like, why?
Happy birthday, Necron!
Who knows, man? Hey, a good thing about having some peons down there is that not only can we expand there eventually, but we can also throw down a shipyard and start pumping out some units in that area. What happened to the other guy? Oh, he's there. Slowly clearing the way. Ah! Ah! Run! Run for the hills! Oh. Alright, come back.
I'll be right back.
Hell yeah. Alright, we still got a ways to go before we're good to build our shit there. Really fucking with my my terraforming opportunities here. Alright, you come over here. That was the first attack, by the way. We've been playing this map for so long. That was the first attack. I need a blacksmith for sure. A couple more trees we'll be able to expand.
Ready to work.
Oh, you're done. Let's build a refinery over here. Go over here and put a tower down. Alright, I think we're doing fine. Oh, I didn't notice either. Yeah, still need these trees taken care of. I wonder at what point it becomes diminishing returns to... Oh, I have one of those. I didn't even notice. At what point it becomes diminishing returns to build lumber mills, because they are pretty expensive. But I have all the gold in the world, pretty much, so. There we go. Over here. Perfect. Just about good to go.
Work complete.
Probably use a couple more oil tankers. Come over here and find the, I think there's two guarding, like a random area on the top right. We can grab this one. They're not upgraded. Not enough oil, not enough trees. What do I have enough of, game? How much gold is left? Oh, we still got plenty of gold. Oh, just go over here.
Hi, matey. You're the captain. Done building ship. Ahoy! Hi, matey. I would love to. You're the captain.
I will say that despite my carpal tunnel growing with every single click, because of how much extra clicks you have to do in this, it is still a much more engaging title than Warcraft 1 or Warcraft 3. There you go. By gatekeeping specifically, what do I mean? Basically, I just mean that, we're going to screen new members before they can start to participate in conversation. Because kind of the whole point... Oh, something's happening? Oh.
Oh, I come back to see Annihilation. Sense?
Hi.
Why are they not up?
I don't know, man. They don't seem to ever upgrade. I didn't even upgrade, and I still destroyed them all. Very strange behavior.
Ready to work.
I mean, I upgraded my boats, but that's it.
Work complete.
What the fuck? Oh, it's my guard tower shooting that. Alright, where's my transport ship?
Yes, man. Ahoy! I will the captain. You're the captain. We're building ship. Work complete.
Oh, I can get tier 3 upgrades now. They're done for. Especially if they don't fucking upgrade.
You're the captain.
I like that sound. Very, very good. Very good sound. But yeah, I'll talk about gatekeeping and its various uses. But that's basically what I was talking about. People will come in and see a blank channel
I would love to.
for a little bit. Hey, trees. Start mining them, boy. Alright, you come down here.
Ahoy! Yes, Captain. I would love to.
Hi!
You're the captain.
Bye.
I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! I would love to. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Ahoy! I would love to. Ahoy! Yes, Captain. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain.
What?
Ahoy! You're the captain. I would love to.
Random damage, by the way. Alright, I think we can still do that. But we might want to invest in another Juggernaut. Just to clear out that cannon tower. They've got a lot of cannon towers, actually. Might take more than I bargained for here.
Done building ship,
I think that was the sound of a gold mine going bust?
ship.
Or an oil platform?
Aye, matey. Ahoy!
Hi.
Being attacked.
Destroyed.
Being
What?
attacked.
Paladin, by the way. Wow. This isn't toxic at all. So I basically just have to wait for them to be out of mana before I can kill them.
With ogres, you can just overwhelm them. But yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, it's a little bit more difficult.
We're being attacked! Ard or the captain? I may be the captain. Ard, ahoy!
See ya.
Ahoy! Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
Definitely need a Juggernaut to outrange their siege.
I may be the captain. Ahoy! I may be the captain. Ahoy! I would love to ship.
No oil in there.
I may be. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. Yes, Captain. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to.
Good thing I can fucking dance circles around this guy.
Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
Would have been a difficult battle otherwise.
I would love to.
Probably just go with this.
Arg. Yes,
I really just need to blow their fucking shipyard up so they can't do stupid shit like that anymore.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Arg! I may
Yeah, they can't react to this. Reasonable behavior.
I would love to.
Bye. Bye very slowly, but bye.
Arg! Ahoy! I would
listen.
love to. I'm being attacked. Arg! Ahoy! Or the
Good night, Grid.
Ahoy! The captain ship. Ahoy! Arg! Ahoy!
Perfect.
Arg! Ahoy!
Alright, now the AI is completely harmless. I can take the rest of the map with impunity. So I gotta say, not being able to fucking deal with their healing, that is going to be pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, okay. Right.
They still have transport ships somewhere, so they might still send out attacks from time to time. Holy fuck, dude. You guys think that they were meant to, maybe they were meant to attack with some of this stuff, or no? Is this all intentionally, as silly as possible? Oh, here we go. I guess just come over here. What work was complete? Oh, that was the upgrade for this.
You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain.
Russians fighting Mongols.
Destroying our city.
Oh, look.
Ahoy.
They came back. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. See ya. I'm out of trees. Wait, where did all my tree men go? Oh, they probably got killed. Two of them went into the fucking mine. Better watch out, dude. These guys love mining gold.
Okay. I would love to. You're the captain. I matey. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to.
Holy shit, they have so many ballista. It's pretty absurd. Bye.
You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain.
See you, nerd.
I would love to. I would love to.
Alright. What do you think? I think we can do it.
I would love to. Yes, captain.
Holy shit!
Never mind.
What the fuck?
They have another base in the bottom right. And they want to attack that one first.
Why? Why do they have so many men? What is the fucking justification?
You're the captain.
They're defending their sacred bullshit stone. They have 4 barracks in that island. And they have 0 barracks in the other base. So.
Oh, okay.
Done building ship, captain.
Guess what the solution is?
What? Towers?
No, just attacking one base before the other. It kind of railroaded into that because that's good mission design.
It is pretty excellent mission design, if I don't say so myself. Come on, you can do it, boy. Aw, man. Well, lumber mill it is.
I would love to. Ahoy! Yes, captain. Ahoy! Yes,
Got my
captain.
juggernauts.
I would love to.
Take my scout. Wow, nice redstone.
Work complete.
Let's see what's over here. Like, they have these units still. They're doing nothing with them. I'm sieging them from the sea, and they're not pulling any of their fucking units over here. Very strange behavior.
Yes, captain.
Well,
I
need this one. Oh. Oh, my homo.
Yes, man.
Well, at least they're upgraded.
What? Oh. Well, this sucks. I guess I have to kill that.
Arg.
Arg.
Yes, Captain. I'd love to.
Look at all this stuff they still have over here, too. What a disaster.
Oh, that's all of it.
Arg. Yes, Captain.
3 knights, 6 archers, and 2 ballistas. We have nothing else.
Aye, matey. Arg. Ahoy.
Still a fair bit, I think.
Ahoy. We're being attacked. Yes, Captain. Arg. You're the captain. Arg. You're the captain.
Submarines.
I can't do anything about that right now.
Ahoy. You're the captain. Yes, Captain. Ahoy. Ahoy. Aye, matey.
Yeah, you. Yeah, man.
Ahoy. You're the captain. Ahoy. Aye, matey.
Alright, well. I'm gonna remake my ships.
Ahoy. Ahoy.
Didn't quite punch a hole through the, They're not even mining oil. Yet they have all these fucking vessels. Alright, I need to destroy the, other shipyards that they have. It looks like those are the only 2 that they have left. Of course, they have 3 total. Also, I think I hear cops in the background, but I can't tell. Alright. Hopefully we're...
When do you not hear cops in the background?
Reasonable question.
Yes, Captain.
Look at this man dutifully chopping trees. Soon he'll have chopped 8. You guys think they're ready, by the way?
Ahoy! You're the captain.
Alright.
Yes, Captain. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Yeah.
You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Oh, random damage! Save me!
Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain. I would love You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain. You're the captain.
Why did they want to add submarines of all fucking things?
Ahoy! Aye, matey. Ahoy! You're the captain. You're the captain.
Master.
Hi, guys!
Being attacked.
Bye. Alright, what else do they have in here? Anything? Alright, kill them all.
Yep. This is the resource area, essentially. I think they ran out of gold, but they cannot get any more lumber either.
Yes, Master. Okay.
I don't really see how this is going to help me too much, because I'm pretty sure they'll still have resources, so
You're the captain. You're the captain.
guess we'll find out.
I would love You're the captain. Yes, Captain. We're being attacked. You're the captain. I would love You're the captain. Ahoy! 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 Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Arg. I would love to. Yes, Captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! Aye, matey. You're the captain. You're the captain. Yes, you're the captain.
Well, I guess I can bombard one of their barracks from this coast as well.
Alright. What, huh? Okay, Master.
Arg. Aye, matey.
What are we being told? Oh. It's a strange thing to have randomly attack me.
Hi, matey. I would love you're the captain.
Yes, Master.
Hi, matey. You're the captain.
Goodbye.
Done building ship. You're the captain. Yes, captain. You're the captain.
God damn it, random damage.
Hi, matey. Ahoy. Ahoy. Yes, captain.
God damn, random damage. Wait.
Never works in your favor.
Well, it does all the time, I'm sure, but...
Building ship. Ahoy. The captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Frank.
Ahoy. Ahoy. Arg. I would love to. Ahoy.
These ships do not look like they should be moving as fast as they are. They look like they're bulky as fuck.
I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to.
Master?
Alright.
Alright.
When I was a kid, I thought they had newspapers on the sides.
Hi, matey. Ahoy, I'm captain. You're the captain.
They do.
You're the captain. You're the captain.
Captains have to stay up on nautical news.
You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy, ahoy.
Wow, can you believe it takes three
I would love to.
to guarantee that you kill a cannon tower?
You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. Ahoy. I would love to. Ahoy. Ahoy. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. Ahoy. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. Ahoy. You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy. Ahoy.
I feel like I should be able to shoot that. More than just one.
Ahoy.
Alright, let me clear out the other towers and then we'll siege this
I would
area.
love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. We're being attacked. I would love to.
See, there's the RNG working in my favor.
I matey. Yes, captain. I would love to. I would love to.
Master? Okay.
Yes, captain.
I'm not really sure what the fuck happened here or why my ogres are
Okay. Alright.
so retarded, but
I would love to. I matey.
whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
I matey.
I think I only have to destroy the castle.
I matey. I would love to. You're the captain.
Alright.
Hi guys. What's up? What a reality. Bye.
With the capture
Better to
of
let
the
it die
Elder
than to fall in
Runestone,
enemy hands, my name is
Gul'dan
Lowell.
has been able to warp the power it contains to mutate an entire legion of his loyal and ruthless ogres into wielders of arcane
that's
magics.
what he used it for.
Along with this transformation, these ogre magi have been granted deadly magics and a malicious cunning rivaling that of Gul'dan himself. You are to employ the Ogre Magi in the creation and defense of a fortress at the mouth of Tears Bay, cutting off the human supply lines into Quel Thalas.
Okay. That's all I have to do.
Zogdogabu.
Nice placement, by the way. As always.
Okay. Alright. Yes, Master.
So what island do I have to build on?
Zogdog. Yes, Captain, you're the captain.
Oh, cool.
Ahoy, love to. You're the
Hi,
captain.
what the fuck?
Arg.
Excuse me?
You're the captain. Arg. Ahoy. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy. You're the captain.
Why? Why is that there?
Yes, Captain. Ahoy. Ahoy. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain.
Hi.
Ahoy.
Oh, okay, reasonable behavior.
Ahoy. I would love to. Aye, matey. I would love to. Ahoy! You're the captain. Arg! Ahoy! You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy!
This is a similar mission where they have an island and then their main base is actually located in the landmass. Although it's a little bit better defended this time.
I would love to. Ahoy! You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! Arg!
Seal the deal.
Ahoy! Lord
I already have a lumber mill.
I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. Ready to work, captain.
Hi.
Done building ship. You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain.
What kind of sick behavior was that?
Ready to work. Ready to work.
So you actually have to micromanage your workers so that they mine the right trees, because if they're mining the same stuff, it doesn't count.
Ready to work.
Or is that not the case?
I'm not sure what you mean.
So you said earlier, like, obviously when you got two peons mining the same tree, then you get an issue where the...
Normally they cannot do that, but there's a few times where they basically clear two squares.
Well, it's happening all the time. Like, it's happening right here. So it is very normal. It happens almost as often as mining separate trees, especially if you have a lot of people working on it.
Yeah, it's a little buggy.
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, to what extent does that affect stuff? Like, does that mean
I never felt it was significant. Maybe I never paid enough attention.
I figured that must correlate, though, since I've literally never felt like I've had enough lumber, unless it's like super late game and I've mined out a bunch of places.
Work complete.
Maybe you just need to mine from a bunch of different locations.
Ready to work.
Because once the tree goes away, it's not like that peon has stored a certain amount of lumber individually, like in Warcraft 3, for example.
Ready to work.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's based on an assumption to some degree. I just don't know. That's why I was asking you to see if there was any correlation you were aware of. Bye.
I would love to. Work complete.
There's not many resources on this island. It looks like there's not many resources. There's very few trees, so you will have to expand.
Yeah.
Ready to work. Work complete. Work complete. I will the captain.
What do I need now? I think we'll be okay for the time being. It's just gonna take a forever for gold to come in because of this Mongolism that they have going on.
Ready to work. Work complete. Done building ship. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. Arg. Your command, master. Ready to work. Complete.
I don't really want to attack too early because I definitely want to have pretty good ship upgrades. We're already out of trees to mine.
We're being attacked!
I like how long it takes archers to even kill workers. I should probably get the Goblin Alchemist now, since I'm gonna need the scout and I didn't start out with one.
Ahoy! Ahoy!
Very weird that they just started out with units on your island, though. Still not really 100% sure what's up with that.
Work complete. Thumbs up. Work complete.
That's fucking town hall placement.
Mm-hmm.
Here I
Bye.
Thumbs up. Are the captain done building ship? Yes, Captain. I would love to. You're the captain.
I guess I need to send one of these guys out somewhere else because I'm not getting anywhere.
You're the captain. We're being attacked. Arg, you're the captain. Ahoy, I would love to. You're the captain. Ahoy. I'm you're the captain. We're being attacked. Arg, I would love to. Yes, captain. Yes, you're the captain.
Still just sitting there?
You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. Building ship. You're the captain.
Well, I guess we can aggro him pretty quick.
Ahoy! We're being attacked. I would
killing
love
this
to.
shit.
Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. Ahoy! I would love to.
See ya.
I would love to. I would love to.
Do they ever upgrade their ships?
I'm 80. I'm 80. The captain. I would love to. Ahoy!
Yeah, I think.
They're already fully upgraded with paladins, it looks like. I mean, fully upgraded as far as
Building ship. I'm 80. You're the captain.
getting the basic stuff.
Yeah, the abilities.
Bye. It looks like they're already out of shit. Why do they even bother sending units to the coast? They just get blown up anyway. Alright, well. I think it's time to spam out ogres again.
I'm Are the captain. Ahoy! Good building ship. I'm 80. You're the captain.
I'm gonna grab that to have some more presence.
Yes, Captain.
I have no clue how
I'm not ready.
well equipped this base is.
Yes, Captain.
Guess we'll find out.
Arg. I would. Yes, Captain. I would love to. Ahoy! Arg. You're the captain.
Wow, excellent Pathfinder. What the fuck?
I would love to. I would. Yes, Captain.
So we got- Yeah, they've got some shit over here. Trying to find if they have any other shipyards, but honestly, it doesn't seem like it. They've found. Oh yeah, they do. Oh,
Destroying our city. Destroying our city. Yes, Captain. I would love to. Ahoy! They're destroying our city.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Gun building ship. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain.
Where did my transfer?
Yes, Captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! We're being attacked. The ship.
Wow. Oh. But we're being attacked with something else.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Ahoy!
We're ready, Master, by the way.
I would love to. I would love to. I would being attacked. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to.
Back up here.
Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain.
Oh.
Ahoy!
I need it for different reasons.
Ahoy! I'm AT. You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! The captain. Ahoy! I would ahoy! You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain.
Easy enough. And that should be the last of their naval presence as well, in general. I might have some, I mean, they have a bunch of guards over here, but...
I'm AT. Ahoy! Ahoy! They're destroying our city!
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
If their ballista hadn't shut down, I might have actually been in danger there. So I can't... Oh, I can do this. I was gonna say, I can't even... It doesn't seem like I can even do anything with the...
I'm AT.
We're ready.
Arg, you're the captain. Ahoy!
it didn't look like I could upgrade my Mongols,
You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain.
but it turns out I can't. Very excited.
You're the captain. Ahoy!
See if they...
You're the captain.
Do they really not have anything else? Like, I'm kind of amazed that they don't have any other shipyards. I don't even have any anti-air over here. Too bad I don't have dragons.
You're the captain. Ahoy! Yes, captain. I would love to. Ahoy!
There's these units. Hello.
You're the captain. You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain.
Put you guys in here. Nice head.
I'm the captain. Ahoy!
Take this base. This is the only expansion in the game, it looks like.
Ahoy!
Like in the this map.
You're the captain. Ahoy! Yes, captain.
Not that we really need too much of that per se, but...
Ahoy! You're the captain.
What? Yes, man.
So now that I have this, I can upgrade Ogre. What? Oh, I probably need some other ability. Yeah, I need the Altar of Storms! It's funny how they took the same names for some of this stuff, but at the end of the day, like for Warcraft 3, but they just they serve completely different purposes.
It's not even the same design. Like, this is supposed to be a demonic stuff, and in Warcraft 3 it's supposed to be shaman or whatever, because they are no longer demon followers, so it doesn't make any sense.
It sure doesn't. I think another huge criticism that really rings true of the naval combat in this game is that the AI just shuts down when you're done with you've destroyed their navy, and that to me is like really bad. And I don't really understand why it had to be like that. I probably need another set of ogres.
It's over. Work complete. Done building ship. Ready to work.
Have you ever used those runes? I don't know what that means. So does the upgrade to Magi actually improve their combat effectiveness, or no?
Work complete. It's over.
Like, is there a functional difference, stat-wise?
Work complete. Sunzug.
If anybody knows?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Right away. Yes, Master. Of course.
Arg. Work complete. Ahoy! You're the captain.
Glad that the hockey remains the same.
Sunzug.
Looks like some oil just got annihilated.
Arg. Ahoy. I would love to. You're the captain. Work complete. Done building ship. I would love to. I would love to.
I like how this is in the middle of nowhere. It's definitely meant for them. They probably should just have less water in general. They can have, like, some water, but if you're gonna have a wide open expanse like this, the map needs to be, like, 3 times bigger. Just because there's no, like, the percentage of water needs to be way lower, is I guess what I'm getting at.
What do you think of the snowman next to the blacksmith?
Right away. Of course. Right away, Master.
Ready to work.
It's pretty epic.
Yes, Captain.
Yes.
And yeah, eventually I've used them, but they're not very useful in my experience.
Ahoy, matey. You're the captain. I would love to.
You know what I should do is probably build some more juggernauts and
Yes, Captain. You're the captain.
try to help my guys out.
Ahoy. Ahoy, Captain.
Oh, that's not really what I wanted you to do, but you do you.
Yes, Captain.
Some more rotations of boats out every time, and that'll be good. Although, I don't know how much gold I actually have in this. Not much, it looks like.
Work complete.
Oh, that was this
Aye, matey.
oil
Ahoy,
platform finally
Captain.
dying.
Ready to
I
work.
guess we don't really need to waste the money on that.
Aye, matey.
Hey, man.
Love to. You're the captain.
Hi, Rimtech. Ogres seem to do 2 to 12, Magi 8 to 12, and Magi have 1 extra side. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for researching. All these guys. I should probably just kill to free up supply, because at this point I can't really do anything with the moolah. I have to build a max rank citadel over there.
The captain.
So hopefully I can actually win, because at this point the AI is obviously no threat, but because of the lack of money,
Of course. Yes.
I'm
Yes, Master.
much
What?
worse off than I would like to be. Like,
Yes, Captain.
there's a pretty strong chance I just fucking get rolled over by the free place brigade. And the towers are definitely a problem. Seems like they're less aggressive now that they're Magi, which is kind of unfortunate. They used to not require as much hand-holding, I think, to aggro. Their aggro radius is down or something.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
AI seems to be completely not uninterested in responding to my aggressive approach on its coastline thing.
You're the captain.
It was a little strange. Here's my scout. I have this weird habit of leaving this. Oh no, I think the scout died.
I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to.
Ah, excellent.
I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Bye.
You're the captain.
I'll be right back.
Sure. I was talking to you anyway.
You're the captain. I would. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Hi.
I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
As long as I can land on this area, I think it's gonna be okay.
Yes.
And I think we can definitely do that. So. Bye. Bye. I don't even think we need to engage with this stuff, right? The objectives don't say any, or didn't say anything in the opening about what you had to do. Bye.
What is it, Master? What is it?
Zug.
Yes, Master. Of course.
Yes, Captain. I would love to. You're the captain.
We're ready, Master.
Ah, I see they changed the unit response to get rid of...
Right away. Yes,
I'm not
sir,
ready.
yes, right away.
A welcome addition, actually.
Yes, course.
You could spend all your money to make your units less annoying. That's pretty useful.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Ahoy!
Looks like I'll be
You're the
landing
captain.
over
You're
here.
the captain.
I'd rather land on this side, but
Building ship.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
I would love to. You're the captain.
Clear some more junk out. Then we need to get a couple peons over. They need a shipyard and a fortress. We have enough resources for that.
You're the captain. Ahoy! Yes, you're the captain. Ahoy, yes, captain. Ahoy! Ahoy! I would love to. Ahoy! You're the captain.
Transports sure are sturdy.
Ahoy! You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Is it just me, or do the orc boats seem to be more better equipped for moving after they fire? I feel like the human boats were not as responsive. Maybe it was just me not knowing how they worked or something.
Yes, Captain. You're the captain.
Pretty good mileage out of just a few boats. Alright, we definitely had an overkill number of ogres. Ogre kill.
Yes, Master. Yes,
Ah, what's up, Mr. Ivan?
Ahoy! I would love to. Ahoy!
I have Bloodlust, I'm not using it though. Why would I? Wait, do I have to build it on the fucking Circle of Power? I don't think the Paladin's voice is deeper. I think they added an echo. But I could be wrong. Maybe it is a little deeper. I don't even know which mission I'm on right now. I think we're not in Act 4 yet. But we've only been streaming for a little over 2 hours, and we're already to this point. So.
Yes.
The fate of all pigs. Eaten by ogres.
Work complete.
Next mission.
Stratholm, the
10.
chief source of Alliance oil in the north, is preparing to deliver massive amounts of oil to the kingdoms in western Lordaeron. You must sabotage their refineries and platforms to halt this shipment. Once Stratholm's ability to gather and process oil is destroyed, proceed to crush any and all resistance offered by the Alliance.
Okay. We got mages way earlier than we got Death Knights, I noticed. Ah, it's this mission. This is clearly the best mission in the game.
I come back as the Mother Show approaches. That can't be a good sign.
Why not?
Alright, okay. Alright, yes, Master.
Here's my gold mine. What an idiot.
What you want me to
So wait, you already know the missions?
What?
You said it's this mission, as if you were familiar with it.
Yeah, I think I saw Jabrino play this one, actually.
Oh.
That's my only experience with this whole game.
You can get 2 peons to mine those 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
A little quick time event to flex your muscles.
Of course. Probably should get this guy out of the fucking selection. See what we can find here.
They probably don't mind it as well. There's a massive fortified base in the north. That's it. No other AIs, nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, as I'm going to need farms out the wazoo, I better get started.
I feel like the human campaign so far had more AI opponents than this. We've mostly been fighting the same AI. Like, only one AI per mission so far.
Yeah.
The human campaign was better about that.
I think they started with upgrades, but I can't tell. I just didn't click on their units yet. I've got to get rid of some more units, though. So off we go. See ya. Yeah, they started with some upgrades. Unlike me. Fuck you. Hi. Okay, bye. Still can't quite help myself here. Oh! Almost.
Ready to work.
Decent amount of gold at least, and we found an expansion and our opponent.
Ready to work.
What a shitty base layout this is, though. Like, you
Oh, yeah.
cannot build anywhere.
For sure. You'll get no argument from me, man.
Ready to work.
It's all good, though. As dumb as it is,
Ready to work.
we can make it dumber.
Ready to work.
A quote from Bill Roper himself. So I guess boats are not going to be too important in this mission. Everything's connected by a landmass.
Ready to work.
Yeah, you can probably ignore the sea entirely.
I am going to need to expand to this location as soon as possible, since this area has no fucking resources, no trees anyway. So I guess I'm going to need a couple of units. I'll build a lumber mill anyway, just because I need the multiplier, but maybe I won't do that here. Just gonna try to equalize the upgrades.
To work. Your command, Master.
It may actually be better to start off in the other location.
Yeah.
The first base and later
Now that I'm
expand
thinking
here.
about it, that might be a better move, indeed.
Your command, Master. Work complete. Your command, Master.
+2 armor, huh? That's weird. It's also weird that they haven't attacked me yet, considering I kept attacking them.
Work complete.
Are Death Knights really inaccurate or something?
Work complete.
The spellcasters?
Yeah, because he said that Ivan said Death Knights can't shoot for shit or something. To that effect.
The fuck am I reading?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, I have no idea what it's talking about. They're the same as mages. They just have different spells.
Yeah.
Better spells in my experience. That call is way more useful than that fucking fireball.
Alright, cool. Once we're done with this, we can immediately build a town hall here. Whoa! Should I do that or should I upgrade first? I think I should probably upgrade. Lumber.
Get the other town hall in my opinion.
Why?
Faster resources will help you in the long run.
I don't think so. I think I need to make the most of the resources I have because of this starvation shit. Oh, okay, bye. I don't know what the fuck that guy was.
He did not like what he saw. He went back to the cottages, and they sent him back to them.
I guess. What an embarrassing fucking display, dude. They're already almost fully upgraded. Back to mining. Do trees just have HP, or is it every time they stop mining, they've got to restart the fucking process? How does that work exactly?
They have to restart the process, yeah. It's like minerals.
It takes so fucking long.
Your command, Master.
I definitely need some barracks up here. At least I got the guard tower up and we didn't lose the whole fucking place. Once again, I've got an absurd amount of gold and no lumber. See ya.
I hope PETA or PETA or whatever doesn't watch this stream. The animals you kill, they will not be happy.
They're never happy.
But I'm pretty sure they were happy about the death of the street dogs, you know the hawk.
Ready to work.
Well, I'm pretty sure those guys just euthanize most animals that they come into contact with anyway, so in a way I'm actually doing their duty. Doing their job for them. Making their life easier.
Ready to work. Zug.
Alright. I'm almost done building grunts.
Your command, Master. Zug.
Do I need the Goblin Alchemist in order to get an upgrade?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember what it is. I'm building the Ogre Mound now anyway, so if that's the requirement, I'll know.
Work complete.
Oh, for the castle? Yeah. I thought you were talking about weapon upgrades. Yeah, that's definitely a requirement.
Yeah, it looks like it was the Ogre Mound all along.
The best sound effect.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get some upgrades pretty soon. They're only sending Ballista at me one at a time every like 2 minutes. It's a little bizarre. Oh, we got a cannon. Fuck you. Goodbye.
Work complete.
Okay, yes, Master.
Sansaru. Itok. Dabu. Dabloktar.
We're ready, Master.
What a sound effect.
Sansan. Loktar.
Alright.
Master, yes, Master.
I need my own catapults. So I'm gonna have to grab some of those.
Work complete. Loktar. Work complete. Sansaru. Loktar. Work complete.
Pretty soon. I'm gonna have to get rid of all of their fucking static defense because they're gonna be killing my lumber guys. Was she 500 pounds? That's the sound. That's what I would gather from that kind of sound effect.
Master?
Your command, Master. Work complete. Work complete.
Why are you hating on Tony's house?
Alright, yes,
Yeah, what's wrong with Tony?
Okay, alright.
What has he done to the servers?
What the fuck? What is he doing?
He's glad he's playing a fast game and not Warcraft 3, so it's just...
He's just spinning
celebrate.
to fucking celebrate it? Yeah. I can understand. I'm also spinning to celebrate. Alright, I need the altar. Oh, that's the alchemist. L? L! L is the hotkey! How about you fucking L yourself into another dimension, buddy? Hi. How's it going? Hi. Bye. Alright, I gotta kill some more Mongols.
Complete your command, Master.
Alright, that's almost done.
Work complete. Work complete.
Master? Okay. Alright. Master? Alright.
What the fuck? What is going on? Where are my units? Oh. Dude, this game is a fucking... What the fuck is that buzzing sound? Why is that the slow sound? Yeah, you know, slow. It just buzzes you like a fucking bumblebee. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
It's the Warcraft 3 spell.
Yeah, I know, but
lasts
why
for
does
10
it
seconds.
sound like that? Sound or no sound, dude. Have some fucking decency.
How long does slows last in Warcraft 3? Like a minute?
45 seconds.
It's like 10 seconds.
Yeah. I wonder which
barely
one
even-
I like better.
Yeah. Nice fucking Christmas tree on the church.
Yeah, they thought they were being funny. Alright, well, this was easy as fuck.
Literally what slowed you down was the shitty base placement. That was the only thing prolonging the mission. Well, you probably have to run down their ships now that I think about it, but...
Oh, do they have ships?
Yeah.
Was not thinking...
Hopefully you don't need... Like, hopefully they all come to shore or whatever. One would hope so, but alas... Our hopes and dreams tend to get crushed away. So,
I can't bloodlust my fucking catapults? God damn it. Oh no! Oh, somebody killed this guy. Hi.
Yes, master. Of course.
Get him. Let's see if we can find some fucking oil.
I would love to.
Oh.
I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain.
You, actually, are the captain.
Yes, you're the captain. You're the captain.
So I've won the mission, but I've got to sit here and suck dick for a while.
You're the captain.
There's no way I could lose at this point.
Work complete. Sunzada. Lopta. 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 Sunzada.
Oh, one right here.
Yes, captain.
That's a little bit
The
more.
giant turtles would probably make short work of everything. Probably the easiest unit to use in this comp.
Yes, master.
My what?
Your giant turtles. The
Oh,
submarines.
I didn't even know that those were available now.
Just make a foundry.
I can't. I don't have enough oil.
Work complete. Yes, captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. Yes, captain. You're the captain.
Oh, I need sappers. Oh, wait, no, I don't. This guy's just an idiot.
Sunset, Dabu, Sunset, Sunset, Dabu, Dabu. Yes, captain. You're the captain.
That's not a foundry, but it would do.
Listen, you're not a foundry.
I am a raffiner.
Work complete.
You guys like that?
Dabu, Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain.
Alright, now I've got some oil,
Ahoy!
which we need more of.
Ahoy! Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain. I would love to. I would love to. You're the captain.
Hi.
You're the captain. Ahoy! I would love. You're the captain. I would love. You're the captain. I would love to. Ahoy!
What a good game.
Alright! I made it. Work
The
complete.
Goblin Sappers seem way better at their job.
It's the same.
No, I don't have them.
Really? Strange. Do you have the laboratory? I saw you build it.
That's what I'm building my Sappers.
I made
That's really strange.
It's okay. This should be their last structure, and then they'll suicide all their units.
What? Yes, master. Of course.
Done building ship.
Yes, master.
That guy is confused.
Yeah, he just needed to be let out.
Of course. What? Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes, master. Of course, master. Of course. Right away.
I made you the captain. I would love the captain. Arg.
It's a shame that they don't just consider
Ahoy! The captain. I made it.
these ships as
I made it. I would love to.
like dead or something. I don't know, man. I have so many. Yeah, I'm still playing. It's only been 2.5 hours. We've got
We may
2
be
more
able to
missions.
finish this. Yeah. No, we have 4 more actually. generate money.
What?
We have 4 more missions.
I thought there was only 12 missions per campaign.
No, there's 14 per campaign. It's 12 for the expansion.
Well, hopefully they don't take fucking forever like this one did without actually offering any gameplay.
You're the captain. I would love to. You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain.
Well, I can do one more after this and then I have to go to sleep.
Wow.
University calls, unfortunately. And the call is louder than Bill Robert.
Yes, captain.
You don't believe
You're
that?
the captain. You're the
Call is what?
You're the captain.
It's louder than Bill Robert's on call.
I would
Ah.
love to. Ahoy! Ahoy! You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain.
Alright, this is some sick fucking behavior, man.
You're the captain. You're the captain. I would ahoy! You're the captain. Yes, captain. Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! You're the captain. Ahoy! 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 Done building
Can I
ship.
even access that?
Ahoy! The captain. Ahoy! Lord Gonzaga.
What? Of course. Yes, Master. Right away. Yes, of course. Right away. Right away. Right away. Right away, Master.
Yes, you're the captain. You're the captain. They're
What?
destroying our
Right
city.
away. Yes, Master. Of course. Yes,
Saw
Master.
another one flying over here.
Yes, Master. Yes, right away.
Where the fuck could the rest of them be, man?
Arg, I would love to.
Oh.
Yes, Master. What? Of course, yes, Master.
Figures it's a tower. I just can't believe anybody played
With
that
the
and felt
destruction of
satisfied with that.
Stratholme, the Alliance supply lines to Quel'Thalas have been severed. Only a handful of human and elven defenders remain to safeguard the ancient elf kingdom from the onslaught of the Horde. The enchanted domain of the elves has inspired Gul'dan to unleash his most perverted creation, the Death Knights. Born from the corpses of the fallen Knights of Azeroth, these once proud defenders of humanity now serve the Horde in a blasphemous state of eternal undeath, conjuring dark spells of necromantic horror upon their terrified foes. These Death Knights seek to unleash their wrath upon any foolish enough to stand in their way.
I don't think so.
Yes?
Wow. Okay. Guess I'll scout around and see what's up. So, they talk about Death Knights in the briefing, but I don't even start out with any to see them.
I guess no.
Yes, Master.
Yes, boss. All right. Yes, all right.
Very bizarre stuff. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, right. Yes, Master.
Alright. Next up is a farm. Maybe I can get some early aggression on this map, since the enemies don't seem to be too imposing.
There's 3 enemies, but only one has a base. The other two are just replace units.
Yeah, blue seems to be the one that's sending out attack. Bottom left, I guess? Judging by the attack angle.
The other are just units like this.
Just sitting here in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Alright, so I should probably not engage with them at all then.
As far as expansions go, there's one in the top left of the map, one in the bottom right, and that's it. Oh wait, no, there's another one. Slightly to the south of your base.
Yeah, I just found it.
Yes. All right.
At least their attacks seem to be fairly frequent.
Yes?
Your command,
I agree, Bailiff. They are very annoying.
Zug. Your command, Master. Dabu. Swobu.
Alright, how much for the next set of shields? Okay.
Ready to work. Swobu.
Oh, are they on an island or something?
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
Oh no, there's a bridge.
Alright.
Holy fuck, dude.
Alright. Yes, Master. Okay. Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
I gotta reinforce my position here.
Ready to work.
The few replace units will be entirely useless very shortly because they cannot get any upgrades.
Command, Master.
So it's just a waste of time.
I'm not really worried about them, but I definitely took too much damage on my starting ogres trying to attack them.
Your command, Master.
But it's not that big of a deal. Why? Why are they fucking stupid?
It's not like they can even make a trigger to, I don't know if you can do this in StarCraft, I imagine you can, where you can check, like, you can have a condition and you can then basically set up grades by a trigger for the AI.
No.
I guess you could do that. You can't, so.
No. Triggers are useless in StarCraft.
But yeah, there are no triggers in this game at all. There's a few for like circles of power or whatever, but they're all hard-coded, so there's not even any way to have triggers in custom maps.
Well, presumably you've got like victory conditions or whatever.
No. Every single custom map you have to kill every single enemy unit to win. That's it.
Huh. Very strange. So they have max level paladins guarding their base, so I guess you can't do anything in the early game. I can do this though. Or not? Wow. I guess you can't do anything because the AI for those is too terrible. Well, I guess I'll just get a scout and we'll play for the mid-game instead, I guess. I didn't really want to do that, but doesn't seem like there's much of a choice.
Ready to work. Zug. Ready to work. Your command, Master. Ready to work. Zug.
Wow.
We're being attacked! Work your command,
Are we being attacked, guys?
ready to work.
Wow. What an AI. Oh. Wow. Very bizarre game, I gotta say. These guys are as upgraded as they can be, it looks like. And so is the enemy.
Okay. Yes, Master.
Unless you can get a tier 3? No. So you can only get 2 levels of upgrades, it looks like.
Yes?
For the base units, anyway.
Alright, yes.
I would show off the Death Knights, but I don't really think that they're going to be that useful.
Alright.
Maybe for sieging.
Okay. Yes, Master. Alright.
What an epic attack.
Alright.
I think their units are getting stuck on something.
We're ready.
Oh. I have no idea.
Okay, yes? Yes, Master.
Oh. Off you go.
Ready to work.
We're ready. Master? What? Yes, Master.
I could probably just wipe out whatever they've got going on over here now. Purple side, a bit more maneuverability.
They have a lot of defenses, so I wouldn't be so sure about that. And domes go from this angle, they have double walls. That's not their base, that's an outpost.
What is that?
Oh, the outpost.
Some more useless pre-placed junk. I probably should have built a fucking Great Hall over here instead of... Maxing ogres.
Okay. Alright.
Whatever, we'll just keep intercepting their attacks. They can't do anything otherwise, so... Warcraft 1 style. And I will be grabbing some mages pretty soon as well. So that's a forward post, like you were saying. Whatever the fuck they just said offends me deeply.
You should check if they have stat differences. Check on an ogre and check the stats before you upgrade them to ogre magic.
Well, that's what the wiki said.
Oh, what did it say?
So they go from 2 to 12 to 8 to 12 and they get an extra sight.
Oh, okay. 2 to 12 is such an insane range too.
Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Although it doesn't seem like it actually changed.
Yes, Master.
So. They do have an extra sight range, but they definitely don't get an extra
Of course, Master.
base damage, unfortunately.
Yes, Master. What is it? What is it, Master?
There's a bunch of ogres stuck in your expansion, it seems.
What? Of course, yes, Master.
Nothing I can really do about this. Get out of the fucking way, dude. I would have to cut down all of the trees.
Just one, but yeah.
No, I mean, like the whole fucking thing, because it's all busted.
Yes, of course, yes. What? What is it, Master? Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
What I usually did is I built basically a
What?
barracks next to the enemy and use that instead.
Yeah.
Yes,
That would make some sense.
yes, of course. Yes, Master.
I see their idea of expansion is coming to fruition again. Why? Why are you guys standing there doing that?
Your favorite sound effect is back.
Not really. Barely heard it.
Wow.
What is it? Right away.
They just have too much mana on their fucking knights. There's no way to outlast them. And I guess I could bloodlust myself before I go in. I don't know what runes do.
Yes, Master. Of course.
It's mines.
Of course. Yes, Master.
It's what?
Mines. You place a landmine with them.
Right away.
What the fuck?
Yes, Master. Right away.
It could be useful. Since it's such a narrow opening, but
Yes, Master.
I don't know.
Seems like an illness.
It can, I think it can be up to 5 mines,
Of course. Right away.
but
Yes,
depending on how much mana you have.
Yeah, I understand the mechanic. Like,
Yes, Master.
I don't know why they implemented it that way, but I understand how it works. It really just feels like takes control away from the player, though. Like, how about I only want to spend as much mana on an ability as it should cost?
Right away. Of course.
Like, what if I only want to spend 50 mana on a heal instead of 200? Well, then I'm shit out of luck. Speaking of shit out of luck, I have no gold, so
Yes, Master. Yes.
I guess I should be responsible. Try to find another gold mine.
Top left is probably the best bet.
What a stupid map. Zero interactivity.
Of course. Yes, Master. Of course.
Yep.
Yes. Right away, Master.
There's nothing else hiding on the path.
Now that I think about it, I guess the idea behind all these men in the woods, besides being retarded, is that you're supposed to use the Dead Knight to raise dead. Them. The skeletons do not expire. So maybe that's what they intended you to do, but still. Definitely not ideal. Oh, okay.
LOL, by the way.
Of course, yes, Master.
We're being attacked!
We just have infinite money without even fucking mining. It's real sick fucking shit. I guess I just need catapults. You want a tree to chop? I got one for you.
Master.
Wow, what a fucking misfire. How do you get to mine a tree all the way on the other side of the map? when what I'm telling you to do is mine this tree. How does that happen? Another clown emoji. He still wanted to go down.
That was his favorite spot.
No, it doesn't exist anymore. He's very sad because of it.
What, Master?
900 gold for a catapult. And I'm gonna upgrade the damage on it. I guess I'll just grab... I think with 2 catapults I should be able to blow up the towers. I probably want to go through this area just because it's more favorable for actually fighting.
They have a bunch of ballistas there. I don't know if you already killed them.
Not sure. Let's go find out, I guess. Yeah, they do have a couple of those. It doesn't really matter though. I think I can grab them with just catapults.
Are they upgraded?
Mine or theirs?
Theirs.
Once.
Work complete, your command, Master.
Alright.
What?
What indeed?
We're being attacked!
Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
What a confused AI.
Right away. We're ready, Master. What? Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
I don't know, man. I guess it could be worse, but this feels pretty retarded to me. Why are you guys mining trees?
Work complete.
We're ready, Master. Yes, Master. What is it? Yes, Master. What is it? Yes, Master. Right away. Of course.
Man, I would have to mine down the whole fucking forest
What is it, Master?
just to get them to half properly.
What is it, Master?
Son.
Of course.
The other issue that's going to be a little bit harder to get rid of is that they... Amazing. They attack from the other side, so an attack could easily slip through. Level 8, by the way. Oh, okay.
What is it? Of course.
Oh, whatever.
What is Master? Yes, Master. Yes, right away. What is it? Yes, right away. Yes, of course. Yes, Master.
With 2 full control groups, I feel like I probably have enough to do what needs to be done here.
What? Of course.
It looks like a farm just shot out of it. Oh.
What is it? Master?
What? How does that happen?
I don't think it actually did, but... Oh, yeah.
What? Of course, Master. Right away. Yes, right away. Yes, of course.
They're still repelling my advance somehow.
It would be cool if by destroying the church you could deny them paladins, but that's not what happens.
Of course. Yes, Master. Yes.
Do I have to hunt down all the neutral units?
I imagine, yeah.
Yes, Master.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why are they healing and not attacking?
Yes, master.
What a bunch of idiots. They're not even healing themselves! They're healing fucking peasants!
The people before everything else, remember? This is the basically the Soviet Russia headquarters.
Oh yeah? Where's the gulag?
Oh, there's a bunch of men in the middle of nowhere freezing to death. That sounds like a gulag to me.
Yeah, you might be
There
right
was
about
there were even a few outposts with nothing but towers and walls.
that. Yeah, just to keep watch on those that have displeased the Tsar, the supreme leader. Looks like they are actually mining, which I thought they were not. Well, now I just have to sit here and move some more Mongols. Oh, there's a bridge down here. Why didn't they ever take any alternate paths to my base? If there were actually multiple paths. He was attacking a wall. What a confused man. Ay, ay, ay.
What? Of course, what? We're ready, master, yes. What is it, master? Right away, yes, what? Of course. Yes, master.
I can't believe this is what it's come to. Yeah, you punched that satellite. Or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be.
Yes, right away.
Oh, they mined some of these trees for me. So I can come in here and do this. Oh. See, they still have about 10,000 fucking units lying around doing nothing. Hello? What a fucking frustrating game. Ay, ay, ay. I don't even have any more peons. These guys. But if he can't kill that tower, we're in deep doo-doo. Yeah, I don't think he can. Oh, just barely. Hero of the people.
I wish it was 3 HP. That would have been very fitting.
It sure would have been. I wish these 3 peasants would fucking do something and move. Man, couldn't have made a worse map for your stupid engine that doesn't have working pathfinding. Could not have made it more toxic.
Yes, master. Yes, master. Of course. Yes, master.
A random farm? Why?
It's where their uncle
Oh
lived.
my fucking god. Of course they have more. Oh, what's up, Cammy? Thanks for the host. The host notification sound didn't go through, but... I still got your message. Appreciate it. What the fuck? I'm very confused. Well, maybe that was it. Maybe that's all.
You can make another peon.
I don't want to.
What is this, Master? Yes?
Fuck that farm. There's still 3 more in the top or the bottom left.
Yes, right away.
Besides their scouts, which don't count as units that I've got to kill.
What is it? Of course.
I think that's everything on the map. I hope it's everything on the map.
Seems to be.
Yes, of course. Yes, Master?
What if there was another cannon tower still left and it killed everything I owned? All I could build was a single peon to 1v1 the tower.
What? Yes, Master, right away.
Alright, bye. I should have saved, but I'll do that after this. We'll just skip the, Wait, can we restate the briefing in this?
No, but I can read it for the next stream.
Ah, perfect. Well, here we go. Save. F10 save pauses the game for some reason. I think that's, because of, what's it called? CNC draw, though. I could probably disable that. Well, I know you have to depart soon to get some sleep.
Yeah.
But did you have any thoughts on the Orc campaign so far, since we've completed most of it by now?
Seems worse than the human campaign to me, I have to say. Like, the missions are way more linear. There's only one AI to fight in most of them, whereas at least when it came to the human campaign, there were at least a few more AIs in a few of the maps. And I don't know, like, there's definitely a lot of toxic expansion placement. Like, we saw the peon getting stuck in that fucking hole in the gold mine. Like, how do you not notice that by playtesting? How do you allow something like that to happen? And actually, one point I want to bring is, you probably remember, I think it was the 5th mission, the one where you had to rescue the transports, and it was pretty much the first mission where you fought a naval AI, not counting the tutorial one. And if you remember, in that one, there were a bunch of walls guarding the mines. And you could actually build a town hall immediately outside the wall. And the distance would be perfect. Like, the walls were built in such a way that they were built in the space that you cannot build on because it's too close to the resources. Which means that they were conscious about it, but they were not conscious about it when making your fucking pre-play space. It almost feels like a different person designed the bases and the maps, which is very strange to me. I don't know what you think about that.
I just don't understand why. Like, I guess what it comes down to is, like, the human campaign, I was sort of going through it without paying too much attention to what the story may have been or what the setting was like. And I feel like the characterization of the setting is all off because they seem to, like, they're taking it with a tongue-in-cheek sort of approach, which is fine. And obviously, like, the voice acting and some of the unit graphics and stuff is indicative of that. But you still want your opponents to be taken seriously, and that never happens in any RTS because of the fact that it's just so piss easy to deal with them, and it usually comes down to, like, exploiting them. But then, I don't know, like, it's weird because it doesn't feel like that's the only thing that you can't take seriously about the enemies. It's also like you said, the base layouts and the fucking walls and really weird locations, and when you go past the layer of abstraction where it feels like you're trying to analyze why the humans would do that in this context, you also have to then think, like, all you can think of is, why did the developers do that in this context? And then, of course, at that point, your immersion is definitely broken. And I just look at that and I'm like, why did they do that? Why did they design it in such a way that we've got walls in stupid locations that really are only there to slow us down because we got to blow them up so that we can get better pathing for our workers mining gold. Why do we have base layouts that are designed like in that ice mission where I was in the bottom right and I really should have started in the middle? That's just designed to fuck you, basically, to slow you down. And so instead of, like, I understand some games you say you're fighting the interface, like a lot of Brood War is in some ways like trying to overcome the limitation in selection, stuff like that. And I'm okay with that in theory. Like, I understand where that has a place and where it it's basically like defining restrictions and boundaries from which you have to then try to overcome. Like that this is how we judge skill with these understandings. But that's not fighting the interface. In this case, you're fighting the level design. And the level design shouldn't be your opponent. Your opponent should be your like other AIs and whoever you're up against. You shouldn't be pitched into a situation where I'll always design maps where one player may have an advantage in certain respects based on their start location. Like maybe they've got easier access to resources, or maybe they've got easier access to static defenses, like effective static defense placements are optional.
More pathways.
Or possible. Yeah. And then there's going to be some disadvantages. Like, obviously, if one AI has greater access to resources, one AI will not have that access. Or a player might have access to a really defensible location, and another player might be like in a low ground with opportunity for another player to drop them or something. And the point is that it requires interaction to even get to the point where you are taking advantage of those terrain elements and those level design elements. Whereas in this case, you basically just have to ignore the areas entirely or force yourself to suffer the consequences of them being there. Whereas like we could have just ignored the bottom right probably, or at least not made it our main base and just expanded to it, because it felt like one of the expansions, not like a main base. So maybe we were supposed to go into the middle, but you start way closer to the bottom right. So I think they were sort of baiting you in that sense. And of course the middle base is theoretically under more threat because it's right next to the enemy AI. Of course, they were not a threat at all, but in the ideal world, they would be, and then you'd be punished for taking that base. So that's like a risky situation, and I can understand where, in theory, it's a risk reward thing where you're deciding, do you want a safe but worse base, or do you want a better but unsafe base? But the way that, like, it's a false dichotomy in my mind, because the way that it's a worse base is just it slows you down and frustrates you, as opposed to it being like just having less resources but still the same rough amount of build space. I'll have some bases that don't have much build space, but you'll never see me have main base contenders have that little fucking build space. That's just insane to me. And then, ideally they have some resources, or they're not worth their weight anyways. They're not worth even taking. And the lumber in that area made that base almost not worth taking. So that's like an example of where it feels like in the final mission of Torn, which is a custom campaign. I don't know too many people who have sat through that, but there was basically the reason why I'm making an allegory to it is there's a part where your hatchery is placed 2 tiles above where optimal placement should be. So you can't build a new hatchery to get there, but you'd have to destroy your old hatchery in order to do that. And that's like just sick behavior as far as I'm concerned. It's the same thing that what these guys did, except it was even worse in some of these cases, because the requirements for a new town hall are so great in terms of resources that you don't want to set down a new one, even though you technically can. And you just want to churn that early gold into, tech and upgrades and stuff like that. So it's just really weird the way that they approached resource management and base building in the campaigns, because they basically start you off at a really, really poor footing early on with like supply blocking you and stuff. And at that point, it's not like, you can't imagine that whoever set this base up, if it was you before, like your character, the war chief or whatever, before you actually get control as the player, you can't imagine whoever set this base up logistically knows what the fuck they're doing. And the same goes for the humans, because they always do the same shit. Like your opponents are always far away from their gold mine and in dumb locations. And that's just functionally dumb. So why would you do it? You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to be in charge of designing AI for this game, not only would I have them expand, but I would want to have some say in the level design too, so that my AI has their stuff placed in optimal locations, and just like a player would. Like, a player would never deliberately place their shit further away unless there was some really psychotic gimmick, like, I don't know, I don't even know what would stop you from doing that. Probably nothing, actually. Even with psychotic gimmicks in mind, I can't imagine anything that would stop you from wanting to place it as close as feasible to the gold mine. And yet they do that all the time here. So that's definitely a big criticism I have. And hopefully the expansion is a bit better in that, but probably not. It probably won't be.
Yeah, I'm not very optimistic about that. You have to say. I can check if you want. I can very quickly take a peek to see if that's indeed the case. But
Yeah, we can peer into the void.
let's see. Okay, this one has good placement. This one has good placement, and oh, actually, it does seem to be better in that regard. Your town hall seems to be placed way closer to the gold mine. I don't know if it's quite optimal placement, but it seems way better than the main game in that regard. So at least there's that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Probably won't be like it seems to have other psychotic stuff like gold mines that you need to chop trees to get to, but you know. I'm sure it will compensate with other insanity pretty much.
I just hope that we have we get through it okay, because I've heard a lot of bad things about that campaign in terms of how unfair it is, and
Yeah.
well, it's less missions than the main one, but not by much. So when we come back, which will be maybe Friday, depending on Dynamo's availability and my own, I don't really know what's going to happen with the CSGO stuff later on, but whenever I'm done with that, and whenever Dynamo and I are both available, we will be back to finish up the ARC campaign, and presumably it won't take too long, so we can start off on the expansion right after that if it works out that way.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But all right. Without further ado,
Well,
I think
thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
bye.